2% of dudes rapping, they ain't nice as me. 98% ain't lived the same type of life as me. The judge gave me life and damn, they sent me where the life is be. The level 4 with depth and fights, the type of shit they like to see. True choices fight or flee, I refuse to die a chump. I never been a bitch, but damn, it's scary when that riot jump. I seen dudes cry, get punked, some sexually brutalized. Knew a dude who lost his life and he was only doing 5. Year-long racial fights when homie, all you do is ride. Lonely days and nights up in a hole, causing suicide. From the moment you arrive, you see the Mexican mafia, bulldogs and skinheads with big giant swastikas, pro-black philosophers, the BGF and Gumi, and Muslims who will murk you from the nation to the Sunni. The Northerners was loony, quick to ride up on their rivals. Even Christians went to church, hide knives up in their Bibles. Political and tribal, the Crips and Damoos, the Long Beach, the Hubs and the Dubs and the Grooves, the IEs, the Bakersfield, the Dago Pie Rules, the Hustlers quick to roll, the Gangsta Crips move, whatever click you choose.
Say what's going on out there, man. Y'all be sure to like the video, subscribe, so you will get that notification. And when I drop videos, I'll pop right back up like I'm on a parole violation. Yard down! It's your boy 16 to Life. If y'all new to my page, in 1994 I got arrested. I was eventually sentenced to 16 years plus life, and I served 24 years straight in the California prison system. Yeah, that's me gassing on the intro, man. If you want to get that song, it's available on a digital download, or you can get it on the CD. Hit me up on my email, 16tolife@gmail.com, or you can send me a DM on Instagram at 16tolife. That's 16DALIFE, all one word. Cash App me $20 or Zelle me $20, and I'm going to get it to you ASAP, man. Now, let's hop right up into this video right here. So I'm sure a lot of you guys know by now that there has been an arrest made in the murder of rapper GS Ronnie and his 5-year-old daughter, Armani. The individual who got arrested is 24 years old, and his name is Adonis Robinson. He was arrested in Livingston, Texas, to my understanding, which is about 4 hours away from the Fort Worth area. So I'm gonna show you guys a video on that now.
An arrest has been made. Let's go ahead and show you some video to remind you. We've been telling you all week about this deadly shooting that happened at a car wash that killed local rapper Lil Ronnie and his 5-year-old daughter. Now, Forest Hill police told us late last night that 24-year-old Adonis Robinson was arrested in Livingston, Texas. That's a little more than 200 miles away. That's who you're looking at on your screen. Fort Worth's Tactical Intelligence Unit was brought in to help make that arrest. Now, he's now in custody of the Texas Rangers. He faces a capital murder charges. But the 21-year-old Jacoby Russell, who you're looking at to your screen just a minute ago, he's still on the run. Now, Forest Hill police said that they are committed to justice in this case, closing the loop, getting that other person into custody.
So he was arrested, I believe, along with a woman who they also believe was the getaway driver. They're still on the hunt for the other 21-year-old dude by the name of Jacoby Russell, I think his name is. Both of these dudes, though, have a lengthy arrest record, and so they have been in trouble pretty much a lot with the law. The one who just got arrested actually was arrested a while ago for attacking a woman while she was jogging and trying to pull her pants down. And I'll show you guys a video of an officer talking about that right now.
The courts repeatedly gave both men second chances.
Forest Hill police Wednesday identified the two men they suspect killed rapper G-Money Lil Ronnie and his 5-year-old daughter as Jacoby Russell and Adonis Robinson.
They're scared, they're cowards, they're hiding.
Each has a criminal record and a history of taking advantage of the mercy judges have shown them. In 2023, Russell was arrested for hitting a pregnant woman. According to court documents, he took a plea deal but broke his end of the agreement when he shot a man later that year. Again, he got a deal, a misdemeanor conviction. The punishment, 1 year on the labor detail where inmates can work off their sentence instead of going to jail. All the 21-year-old had to do was show up once a week beginning this January. But court records suggest he didn't, and police were asked to find Russell and jail him just 3 weeks before this shooting.
It was a shocking event from North Texas.
In 2019, a grand jury accused Adonis Robinson of attacking a 55-year-old woman who was jogging around Marine Creek Lake. He tried to pull down her pants, police said, but a bystander scared him off. He was arrested 3 months later and spent 2 years in jail. When he got out, he was supposed to register as a sex offender, but court documents show he didn't do it and went back to jail. Police also arrested both men on unrelated gun charges when they were teenagers.
Now back to GS Ronnie, and once again, like I tell you guys, of course, which goes without saying, I'm not from Texas, so I don't know a whole lot about this situation, right? But from everything that I can look into, GS Ronnie was a gambler. They say that he was a gambler actually before he was a rapper, and he was just a dude who was doing high stakes gambling. Now there's a whole lot of money sometimes involved. Now, there's a whole lot of money sometimes involved in some of these dice games and just basically flat out gambling, doing a whole lot of different things, you know. I'm hearing a lot of reports saying that he wasn't a street thug, that he wasn't into the streets. But, you know, he admitted in an interview that he has been in a lot of situations that involved gunplay. So truthfully speaking, it actually doesn't make sense to say a person wasn't in the street and then have him say that he was in a lot of situations that did involve gunplay. But from all accounts and everything that I was able to run across, he definitely wasn't a dude running around trying to play gangster or a tough guy or what have you. You know, he was good friends with a rapper by the name of Go Yayo, and Go Yayo right now is currently incarcerated, right? And from everything that I'm seeing, Go Yayo was more of the individual who was out there in the streets running around doing this and that, right? I seen a video where Go Yayo was saying that he actually was pretty much mentored by GS Ronnie. GS Ronnie had been telling him to get out of the street, leave the streets alone, just rap, just do the music, you know. And now he's extremely sad. He's saying that, you know, GS Ronnie basically, like I say, mentored him, that he didn't have any brothers, took him under his wing, and things of that nature, man. And he's extremely upset. So I definitely know it has to be horrible to, you know, just to lose a friend, period. Much less lose a friend when you're incarcerated, lose someone that you consider a best friend. And I experienced that situation myself, man. Being incarcerated, calling home one day, finding out that my best friend had got killed. And so it's definitely a devastating feeling just to feel that, you know, you can't do anything. You locked up. You can't even attend the funeral, or at least I know in my situation, and just feeling that if you was out there, things definitely would have been different. Now, there are a lot of theories surrounding the death of rapper GS Little Ronnie, you know, and like I say, once again, I'm not from Texas, you know, you're going to hear a lot of theories going around, a lot of people saying this, a lot of people saying that, right? So initially, when GS Little Ronnie was killed, a lot of fingers was pointed at a rapper from Texas known as CJ Casino. I guess they happened to be into a beef, and from what I was able to understand, the beef started somewhere around when GS Ronnie said that CJ Casino and his homies, so on and so forth, wasn't getting money like he was getting money. And so that is an extremely small, trivial, minuscule thing to beef about. And you know, who knows how, you know, a lot of these street beefs get out of hand, but a lot of them do start and are created behind extremely small things. And so initially when GS Ronnie and his daughter was killed in the car wash, a lot of fingers was pointed at CJ Casino. And there is actually a video of CJ Casino saying that Little Ronnie cannot go back to that car wash.
And ain't now one of you niggas have did nothing to CJ. It's been a lot of talk, but you have got touched. And your partner, he have got touched in the worst way. On Blood Game, man. You niggas don't got not one dead op. There's not one killer that bang folk eat at the city. No, hey, he dangerous. Not one. Come to the, oh my damn mama, you can't go to that car wash, boy.
Now, we don't necessarily know what car wash he was talking about, if he was talking about the one where GS Ronnie was killed. But if he wasn't, it's extremely ironic that he would make a video saying that this dude could not go back to a car wash, and then he was killed at a car wash. You know, myself included, I said that it seemed very strange, and it seemed very wrong pretty much for GS Ronnie to be involved in street beefs, to be moving like that. And I played the video where he was saying, once again, he was talking about a shootout that he had got into at a radio station, and he said he had been in about 50 of those incidents. And so I said that, of course, if you have been in 50 of those incidents, even though I didn't believe the number was that high, then why would you have your daughter in the car? And once again, you know, I'm not from Texas, but I'd seen somewhere on the internet, it was saying that initially he was by himself. He was over there watching his car. He was out rapping and doing his thing before he got to town. He came to town to do whatever he had to do or whatever, and also pick up his daughter, visit with his daughter, because the day before it was her birthday. So he may have been in town exclusively to hang out with his daughter, give her some birthday gifts. Who knows, right? So the reports that I seen, of course, said that he was initially by himself watching his car, and his daughter was dropped off to him just moments before those two individuals came around and started shooting. So, of course, you know, there's that theory that there's the beef with him and CJ Casino. But then, of course, there's another theory going around, and they're saying, no, that has nothing to do with it. What actually happened is one of GS Ronnie's homeboys robbed a dice game.
Boy teasing, man. RIP Lil Ronnie, man. But the story is already out, so we can quit all the speculation. Real simple. The partner robbed a dice game, man. They couldn't find him, and they bumped into Ronnie while he was in town for his little girl's birthday, and they did what they did, bro. It's simple as that, bro. The nigga robbed dice game, nigga was looking for him, man. He was doing shows, nigga, and nigga trying to live for his family. You know what I mean? Like, you know, she got caught in the crossfire. I seen the video. It did look like they was aiming at him, but they gonna hit the car when they hitting at him, man. It is what, man.
And just so happened they couldn't catch those guys. And since GS Ronnie was associated with those guys, they obviously found out that he was in town at the car wash. They pulled up on him and they done what they done. You know, you have a lot of people saying that GS Ronnie ran off when they started shooting and left his daughter. So I'm saying that I don't necessarily believe that, right? And even if he did, what was he supposed to do? At that time, if they got the drop on him, they pull up on him unexpectedly while he's cleaning his car or vacuuming his car or doing whatever he's doing. What is he supposed to do? I mean, there is no option. Should he stand there and take all the bullets? I mean, how is that going to help his daughter? So, you know, either or, you know, there was really, in my opinion, there is really no wrong decision for him to make at that time. Some people pointed out that as he took off running and ran around some of those cars, he actually started returning shots himself, and maybe he eventually ran out of bullets, and then he ran to the right and got trapped. It appears to be a big fence behind the video. I uploaded the video on one of my earlier videos. I'm not going to put it up again this time. You know, YouTube may even take it down. But anyway, that's another theory going on that's going around, right? And once again, I'll reiterate it, of course, that I'm not from Texas. So I'm gathering all my information, of course, from YouTube, you know, people talking, doing this and that. And, you know, a lot of times, man, a lot of these YouTubers get a lot of this information right, because unfortunately, man, you have these youngsters nowadays, or this generation nowadays, who upload a whole lot of their business on YouTube, even when they are involved in beefs and things of that nature, talking about who they shot, who they gonna kill, so on and so forth, right? As we see in one of the videos that CJ Casino puts up. So even if you do not have something to do with the murder of an individual, if you're online talking about you got beef with him, his homies is soft, you know, your homies is this, your homies is that, when somebody comes up dead and you've been online talking about them, then it's only obvious that at some point in time, you're going to be one of the prime suspects initially, right? At the end of the day, though, these dudes in the streets, man, they're all dying over nothing. Whether they're dying about robbing a dice game, whether they're dying about you don't have as much money as I do, your car's not as nice as mine, you don't have as much gold and jewelry. At the end of the day, it means nothing if you're dead and you no longer can use those things and enjoy those things, right? And also, I think another thing that needs to be mentioned is, of course, that is the most important thing, is the death of GS Ronnie's daughter, Armani, who was 5 years old and had just had a birthday the day before. So there's a video circulating on YouTube about a classmate of Armani's. And so she's saying that she misses Armani and Chucky, and that Chucky was so nice to her. So I believe she's calling Armani's dad Chucky, you know. So let's show you guys this video.
I missed you at school today, Armani. Today, Armani. I love you.
And things like that are sad because, you know, eventually later on in my life, I realized that everybody in the whole entire city is affected by a murder when someone dies. Sometimes we fail to think about people who are not seemingly directly involved in the situation or the shooting. But, you know, you have the whole entire community. You have kids now who went to school with his daughter. You know, they see that she's no longer coming to school. Obviously, their parents a lot of times will fill them in on the information. They become fearful, wondering that if a person my age, my size got shot and killed, it can happen to me. So a lot of them have dreams, nightmares, so on and so forth. So, you know, it is something that really and truly affects the whole community. Texas is a state that has the death penalty, and it will use the death penalty. According to the research that I've done, Texas leads the nation in executing condemned inmates, right? And Texas is very unlike California. Those condemned to death in the state of Texas don't sit on death row for 20 plus 25, 30 years like they do in California, you know. And so I definitely think that these two individuals will be assigned and given the death penalty when everything is said and done. Anyway, it's definitely a sad situation, man. Y'all already know who it is. It's your boy 16 to Life. Resume normal program.